Hello students, today we are going to discuss about the designing the methodology, right, which is there in the first unit, second one B in research methodology, how to design the methodology when it comes to the different types of research. So let us discuss one by one how we are going to design, what are the measures we are going to take. The designing of the study, it will depend on the type of the study or type of the research which we are going to do, right? So here in introduction we can see that research is a topic that many find intimidating, or some kinds of misconception that what exactly research is, right? This issue of research methodology will look at the concept of research as well as the related concept of evaluation and the quality improvements, study design, and analysis activities, which many health workers are familiar with through their current work, right? So if you talk about the medical research, in that what is the type of evaluation we are doing, what are the different concept of evaluation like blood pressure, sugar, urine sugar, blood sugar, or hemoglobin level, right? Quality improvement, what the things we are going to implement for the improvement of the quality. What is the type of study, like in last classes we have seen that observational study or case study. So likewise, right? So how we are going to design that methodology to complete the task which is the research, right? That many a times these health workers they are doing and familiar with their current work in medical field, right? Health worker means the physicians, pharmacists, and all the things who comes under the this thing, right? Basic the next one is the basic classification. Various issue in any of the research methodology can be conveniently divided into 6 steps for the better understanding of the process. The first one is the defining what is research and defining what is evaluation. It will again going to change the type of research, the type of evaluation, and how to formulate the research question. Then only your the designing your the designing of your methodology, it will depend on your question, which is basis or origin of your research, right? Then fourth one, reviewing the literature. Fifth one, study design. And the sixth one, quantitative data analysis. So this already I told you in the first class the different steps of the research, right? From there only we how we are going to design that one, that we are going to discuss under the second point of your first unit. What is research? That already I told you that, and you also answered in your exam. A broad definition of a research is any activity which is undertaken to increase the knowledge. That knowledge may belong from any field, let it be agriculture, film industry, or any tissue, cell, genetic level, inside the body, outside the body. It is not that only medical in human body or in the pharmaceutical field or in any drug or dosage form only what we are doing, that is only the research. It increase the knowledge about the particular subject, right? In the health field, research can be defined as a systematic investigation of a problem. Again, this problem word, right? When the problem, there is a research, right? Issue or question, which increase the knowledge and understanding of health and provision of care. When we are looking the research word or the research phenomena on the respect of health field, it is going to be like this, right? Which it is the investigation of a problem, any types of problem like cancer, AIDS, COVID-19, whatever it may be, then which increase the knowledge and understanding of provision of a care, how we are going to prevent that particular disease or disorder, right? Evaluation, that's that second one. people who work in the health area, like pharmacists, like you and me, or those who are working in hospitals, playing the role in the doctors, pharmacists, paramedical staffs, and all those, are involved in the implementation of projects which aim to improve the health and health service delivery. That's what it is going on now in the vaccination program of COVID-19, right? Improve the health and health service delivery. How we can improve that? What is the error which is there in the existing system, that we need to find out. Evaluation is the integral part of the implementation, right? So that's what, implementation and evaluation both are interconnected, because when you will evaluate properly, then only you can find out the solution and you can implement. It can be defined as the process of value of intervention by systematically gathering information to make more informed decision. Whatever the decision you are going to take under the after your research, that should have the proper information, what's going on wrong, what's going on right. Then only you can take the further decision. Quality improvement, when we are going for quality improvement like QI, it provides a framework for monitoring and improving performance by systematically reviewing care provided and outcomes achieved against the explicit area or in the particular area. Thus, it can be stated in a short that research questions aim to discover new knowledge. Yes. Evaluation questions aim to judge the worth of an intervention. What is the outcome we are going to get? What is going to be the worth, whether it is worth fully or not? Then quality improvement questions also aim to examine or evaluate how well something is done and improve, right? So these are the, what is the evaluation, how, what actually evaluation is nothing but it is the process of judging the worth of something. If you are evaluating any rat which is walking on the floor, so if it is meant for the research purpose, that animal, the rat, it is meant for the research purpose which you are going to give the dose of your test drug. And when at that time, if you are evaluating, you are trying to find out whether the rat is diseased or not, whether the rat is having any psychological behavior changes or not, whether the rat is fit for the study or fit for the giving the doses of your test drug, all those things. So you are trying to judge the worth of rat or something or anything which you are evaluating. That's the meaning. It can determine if an intervention worked, help decide if it should continue, and provide evidence of effectiveness to obtain additional funding. Okay, so what further it is required? Some basic principle of evaluation. Why to evaluate? What is the necessity when you are going to design the methodology? A good program evaluation or a good methodology will tell you and others what they will, it will tell what your program has done till now, how well it has contributed to the goal, meet the objectives, and undertaken the strategies or methodologies or tactics, what worked well and what did not, and why, what is the reason behind that. If you could not work, why it has not happened, whether there were any unintended outcomes, and what can be learned from the program to improve practice and inform other programs or other researchers or other those who are working in the same field, that can be informed that these are the things which is already done, right? That's what it is important. When should evaluation occur? Where you need to have the evaluation? Evaluation should run in the parallel to the planning and the implementation of your program or of your research. It should become a part of continual development process by providing feedback about progress, encouraging reflection about outcomes, and providing a basis for the considering future strategies. If you are working into the anti-diabetic drug, you need to tell that in your team they have screened this many plant material which is showing the anti-diabetic activity, and uh, you, further you need to go for the isolation and the characterization of that plant constituents which may have further any other activity like that. Future strategy also you can propose. That's what steps are involved in evaluating a program. There are three board tasks involved in evaluating a program. The first one is the developing a evaluation plan, right? How we are going to evaluate, what are the steps you are going to take, that plan, and assessing the result. After evaluating what is the type of result you have got, and you are going to assess that, you are going to critically observe that. And the third step in the evaluating program is communicating that result or the result which you have got, and the recommendation whether it is to be followed for further study or not, yes or no, recommended or not recommended, like that. What should be an in an evaluation plan? Actually, what it should have to evaluate something, or research, or any methodology. Developing an evaluation plan involves the first one, clarifying the purpose of your evaluation. You need to clarify why you are going for the evaluation, why it is necessary. Second one, selecting the scale and scope. Okay, here the purpose of evaluation means the way, since the many people are suffering from diabetes, and it is metabolic disorder which is existing in almost all the family of the so and so district or state, you have to clarify your purpose. So it is very much mandatory or necessary to evaluate. Selecting the scale and scope. What is the type of scale you are going to use? In your study and your evaluation, you are going to take the urban area, rural areas, metro area, or what is the type of scope, what is the things you are going to adopt, existing dosage form or new dosage form, or what, right? Determining the methodology, how the strategy, which kind of method you are going to evaluate, before food, after food, what kind of blood sample you are going to take, what kind of result you are going to reveal, what is the method, your plan, organizing how the evaluation it is going to be, right? You need to organize, you have to you are going to conclude in what basis, that you have to you should have in your plan. What type of evaluation are there? The formative and summative, right? Formative evaluation means it is going to be conducted earlier in the implementation of a program, aim to identify problems and arise during development and allow modification, right? So here conducted early uh, in the implementation of a program, right? Summative evaluation means conducted at the end. Summative, summary, looks at effects or impact, and it helps to decide what to do next. What is the next, that, okay? So likewise, process impact and outcome evaluation. Here, in process evaluation focuses on how the program has been implemented and assesses whether activities were conducted as planned or not as per the plan. When it comes to the impact evaluation, focuses on the immediate effects on the program and judges how well the objective were met. Okay. The third one is the outcome evaluation, focuses on the longer term effects of the program. Judge how well the goal has been achieved. Okay, so here you can see, suppose if you take the example of diabetes activity only, when you are going for the any new plant extract to check about the anti-diabetic activity in the process evaluation, you are focusing on the program has been implemented, which kind of study duration you have taken, right? Like 15 days duration or 1 month duration, that study will go on like that. Accordingly you are going to decide the dose which you are going to give to your animals like rats, right? So that's what is the type the process has been adopted. And impact evaluation means immediate effect. Focus on the immediate effect on the program. Judge how well the objectives were met. So suppose if you are going to change anything immediately in your study, like a 15 days duration program you have chosen, but you that the rats are dying in between, so you need to change that evaluation. You have to that particular thing you have to change immediately, and that's what it will come under the immediate effect of the impact evaluation. And outcome evaluation means long term. If it is going for long term, any medication is going on for the long term program, so that's what the goal has been achieved. How it has, how to formulate a research question. It is very very important when it comes to the research methodology designing. Research methodology designing, first of all, your research basis is nothing but the question. So how you're going to formulate that, then only you're going to decide your topic. What is the topic is you are going to work. If you don't have a strong question, you cannot frame the strong topic and you cannot do the good research. That's what. How to formulate a research question is very very important in this entire chapter. Research originates with an idea about some general problem and question. This problem or question is narrowed down to a more specific research question slowly, which then represents the central issue being addressed. For example, diabetes. The India is most of the population it is suffering from the diabetes mellitus in India. Then you will go furtherly. What number of males are? How many number of males are suffering, and how many number of you are going to narrow down slowly. Then diabetes different type 1 and type 2. Then under type 1 insulin dependent, insulin non dependent. Then likewise you are going to sorting out your question, and ultimately you will be able to frame the your topic. Descriptive studies ask a simpler question about what is going on. For example, how many or what proportion of the patient admitted to hospital are with a fractured neck in and fractured neck of femur. Femur is the name of bone that you know, right? So this is going to be the descriptive study, because here how many are what proportion number of people here it is coming, they have admitted in the hospital with fractured neck of femur. That has to be. When it comes to the analytical study, compare one or more interventions or exposures, then only you can do the analysis. For example, is it more effective to educate the GPs about this depression guidelines with a group education sessions or practice visits? The general practitioner, is lung cancer associated with the cigarette smoking, right? So you have to go for analysis. Is it more effective to educate general practitioners about depression guidelines with a group education session or a practice visit? What kind of, which one is the more effective? Or is lung cancer associated with cigarette smoking? That has to be fine. So comparison, one or more intervention or exposure. That comes under the analytical. First step of formulating your question is focusing analytical question. Focusing on the analytical question. Well-built clinical questions usually contain four elements. What are those four elements? The first one, patient or problem. Starting with your patient, ask yourself, how would I describe a group of patients similar to mine? Then second one, intervention or exposure. Ask, which main intervention am I considered? Then third question, comparison intervention. Ask, what is the main alternative to compare with the intervention? Whatever I am doing now, I am working into the anti-diabetic. So this particular plant, what other plants are having the same types of anti-diabetic activity? You need to have the comparison of others research or others intervention. Outcomes. Ask, what can I hope to accomplish? And what could this intervention really affected, and whatever it is giving the anti-diabetic activity, whether it is worthfully. That every time you need to ask when you are formulating your question. Criteria for a good question. How you are going to ask? What is the good question, good topic, good research? A good research question is described by a finer, that FINER. What is that? If this one, the feasible means adequate subjects, technical expertise, time and money, and also the scope. In these points, you need to consider, right, your question. You cannot tell that in moon sorry, in Mars there is water, and I'm going to do the research in the Mars, and I will find out the water molecule from there. So it is only visionary. Where you are working, until and unless you are not working in NASA or ISRO, you will not be able to get the single data from the Mars or something like that. So time, money, and it should have, means you should have the source of information which is possible. It should be adequate subjects according to your platform, according to your background. Interesting to the investigator, means to you, you are the investigator, and you should have, if you don't have interest in the Mars, you are having interest in the some plant extraction. So if you don't have interest, how you can be put your effort over there? It should be, first of all, it should be interesting to you or to investigator, not to your guide, or not to your teacher, or not to your parents or somebody else. That's what. The next, novel. Of course, research means novel. We are already we told, confirms or refutes previous findings and provides a new findings. It should be new. You can take the knowledge from the previous finding. You can take the help of previous finding, but whatever the finding you are going to have, that should be new one. Ethical. It should not be unethical, right? Like in robot movie, you have seen that that chitti has been invented, and it was went for the destruction because of some cheap replacement. So it become illegal or unethical, and it is for the destruction. So my, I mean to say is, ethical means it should be for the humanity, and for it should have the human value, right? Relevant to scientific knowledge, clinical and health policy, future research direction, right? It should be relevant for the future research direction, and also it is fulfill, it should fulfill the clinical and health policy. Reviewing the literature. Why do I literature review? Of course, I told you, determine to what extent the issue or research question has been previously researched. Identify past relevant studies as well as the methods used. You need to have the backup that how much work has been done till today. That's what the literature review is important. Assist in refining your research question. Whatever the question you have arised, you need to find out the how much answer is available. That's what you need to assist your refining your research question. Refining, right? Put the project and methodology into the relevant context. It should be relevant. If you're working into diabetes, so you should not go and do the study on the liver or somewhere, pancreas, beta cells, insulin, these kinds of keywords, or it should be in relevant context. Adds valuable background to the study of formal report, and the suggest area requiring further investigation, required for funding applications. So these are the things. The two main components are conducting the search and critically appraising the results of your search, the published paper. There are number of courses on how to do literature search, like you can browse internet, or journals are there, offline, online, right? There are available through area health services, like through the clinical information access program, CIAP, and the university libraries, and so many books are available. Free database are available at PubMed, and this Korean library, and Pedro, right? So all these things are there. Critical appraisal skills, clinical appraisal skills are essential, right? Critical appraisal skills are essential for the helping to decide if published research is sufficiently high quality or not. Scopus index, Meadow index, elsewhere, right? Google Scholar and all those things. Critical appraisal checklist have been produced by many authors. Like you can see CASP 2000. It identified three boards issues that need to be considered when appraisal research. They are the results are studies of the study valid? What are the results, and will the results help locally? All those things, right? So till now, here we can discuss further into the next class, right? So this is the research designing class 1.